One. Hello and welcome to Full Throttle. With me tonight, I got some lesson card racers. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Lily?
I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing really great.
All right. So, first, starting out with Lily, tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into racing.
I am 15 years old. I live up in Ohio in a small town called Monroe Falls. Oh, I messed up. Hold up. Sorry.
Okay, keep going.
But I'm 15 years old. I live in a small town up in Ohio called Monroe Falls. And how I got into racing was with a video game, with my dad buying it, and he was just brought me to go-karts, and someone said, "Hey, get her in a race car." So got into racing.
So, same question for you. How did you get involved in racing?
So my name is Emma Britt, and how I got involved in racing is my dad raced pro trucks his basically majority of his life since he was 18, and then slowly he had some health things that came up and he decided to still want to be involved in the racing world, but he started working on them. And I grew up around that because that was about the time I was born. And around that time, when I was younger, and typically when you would get into a bandolero, I was more into probably the normal typical little girl things. But slowly when I started to get around 12, 13, I wanted to go out on the racetrack. I loved that environment, and I went up to Mobile, Alabama, and I tried out a bandolero, and I never stopped. And also I am from Griffin, Georgia, and I am 16 years old.
All right. So, tell us a little bit about you.
My name I am 10 years old. My name is Billy Lee the third. I get called B3 at the racetrack. And how I got into racing is I started off in go-karts, and then for Christmas I actually got an invitation into Bandolero racing, and now I'm in Bandoleros now.
Awesome. So, talk talk to us about the setup of a Bangalore card. Which one of you is the most experienced?
Me.
You.
So yes, so I started around 12 and 13. I just ended off my career as I am 16 now. Ended it off last year, and I raced for a total of 4 to 3 years. But a little bit about the setup of a bandolero, which a lot of people, this is pretty cool. It's a lawnmower engine, which is pretty unique. It's only got it's got no front suspension. So if you slam on brakes, it automatically spins out. So that does add to the complications, which I think it's an amazing experience to drive a bandolero because it teaches you how to drive something that is really hard to drive, I feel like not being able to use your brake pedal to immediately stop a car and your reaction time has to be on point. It's incredible. And of course, you have certain tracks that you hold it wide open because of the type of car it is and the way it handles. Like at Chris Motorsports Park, which is why we are currently in a car, they are racing Speed Fest tomorrow. Lily got second, Billy got third, and this track you hold it wide open. They race blue plated, and blue plate and red plate is basically plate is a little faster, blue plate's a little bit slower than that. They have those for safety reasons, and those are at tracks you typically hold it wide open. Almost every wide open track is plated with a plate for safety. Besides Las Vegas Bullring or maybe some others, they have a gear rule which restricts the car from still going a huge amount of speed but without a plate. So that's the fastest you can go holding it wide open is the Bullring, which I have raced. You go 70 miles per hour. But that's a little bit of the idea of what a setup of a bandolero is like. They go 60 to 70 miles per hour.
Alrighty. So, let's have a little competition here. Who do you think is going to do the best out of all of you this weekend?
No, it's
Me.
gotta be no. No, nope, no.
And they three's the best.
I don't know. They're both so funny thing about them, is both in different classes. So really, if for example Lily was to win and B gets second, they would both get the win. They just have to be racing against each other. Lily finished second, B gets the win officially over like overall. They still both win. So really, it's they got to help each other tomorrow to both get the win.
Oh no, I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
it sounds like
If
it.
they don't beat each other up back here over the competition of who's better, but
So tell us, what are some of your goals in racing, all three of you?
here I'll let Lily go first.
Yeah, Lily can go
My-
first.
My goal in racing, I would say for at least this year would be to try and win a national championship. But for like overall in general, I'm not overly quite sure. I'm just kind of taking this road as far as I can go.
What is your goal in racing like this year? Like, what is the most thing you're most excited about?
Yeah, what is
Seems like-
the most thing you're excited about? Let's start there.
Thing I would say I'm most excited about would probably have to be traveling a lot and getting to meet new people and all that.
Is this
That's
your
awesome.
first time getting to travel, all of you together?
Yes.
Awesome. So, are you guys related in any way?
No, we are not.
No, but people mistake me and B as siblings sometimes, and sometimes me and Lily, they're like, "Are y'all sisters?"
Yeah, because that's what I was sort of thinking when they told me all three of you were together this weekend, and that's how we were able to conduct this interview. So tell me, who is your biggest role model in racing?
Biggest role model. That's actually a pretty hard question. I have a ton.
Name one.
You
My
have
dad.
one
My
first.
dad.
Your dad. Good,
Yeah.
good answer. How about for the rest of you? Lily? Let's go with you.
I would say my biggest role model would have to be Emma.
Oh,
Honestly, oh, I'm so sweet. I feel like my biggest role model, which is about to put a twist on it, is after being in the racing community for a while and seeing there's so many people that it's sad to see people who want to bring others down more than lift them up. But to see these two kids right here, Lily and B, to see how much they have gotten better, better, and better. Like Lily has really came through, like just from the time that I met to now. And B, honestly, I really look up to them because they have just strived through, and people have said things and they've had to go through things that in this just racing, it's just a part of racing. People just in this day and age want to bring each other more down, and they just strive, and I really, really respect them for that, and I really look up to them for that, honestly.
awesome. So, guys, so you guys all watch NASCAR. Who is your favorite
Yes.
NASCAR driver?
That's probably the easiest question.
I mean, I don't really watch NASCAR that often, so
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll answer first.
Okay.
My favorite NASCAR driver is definitely Ross Chastain.
And now that you say that about the Melonheads, why is that?
Because
I just saw him today. I saw him today.
He
He's
is-
racing here at Speed Fest.
Oh, really? How cool is that?
Yeah.
And the reason why I think he's a good driver, I like his when he's on the racetrack, I watch him on the racetrack and he has aggravation, but he also has he smoothly drives everywhere basically he goes.
He's really good determination.
Yeah, that.
How about for you?
So My favorite driver has to be, I have two, and I would probably say Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch. And
Good
to kind of put it
call.
like,
You talk ahead,
yeah,
didn't you?
there you go. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I just love their stories, you know, with the pool room right by Amp where we kind of been going racing and stuff. And not just that, but he has a big determination, but yet a big heart for our community in Georgia, especially the children hospitals. He's such a big heart and also so focused on racing. And he just balances both really well by giving back, but also being able to drive so awesome. I respect him for that fully. And it's like with Kyle Busch, um, it's kind of funny because I do say this. I like him because of his wife, to be honest. I love that their family dynamic. I love Samantha so much. Like with their son racing a Bandolero and seeing them so often, she is the most giving and full hearted woman I've ever met.
Oh,
What's
really?
yours, Lily?
I don't really.
Well, just
I'll be honest. I don't. What?
Uh,
I'll be honest. I don't. I rarely watch NASCAR. If I'm being honest.
I would really
oh.
say Kyle Busch for you though, because of Brexton. Y'all are
Larson.
so close.
Well, yeah.
Larson.
I mean, no. I would probably say Kyle Busch because over the 23 summer, I got to meet them and hang out with Braxton a lot and play with him, and I really enjoyed like seeing them like in person. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like
Just
from
that
like them not being
personality
at
they
like
have away from the racetrack is what you all were
Mhm.
talking about.
because like with them like away from a racetrack, they act like normal people, really nice normal people like me and you, like really nice people, and I just find that like so fascinating about them, and it's just awesome.
So let's go into the future. What is your goal in racing? Where do you go from here?
So, to be honest, everybody's goal, I feel like, maybe some different with NASCAR. I hope to make it to NASCAR, but I honestly want to go as far as I can go. And not even just saying with cars, but become the best driver I can become. I want to learn as much as I can about this industry as possible. I want to be the best driver I can be on and off the racetrack. Sportsmanship, I really want to be amazing at that, which I feel like I've done a really good job on, but also be try to learn every skill I can on the racetrack and just try to be the best I can really be at it.
So, guys, what do you want what do you want my viewers to take away from you guys coming on here tonight? Let's go with the young man in the back.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't really understand.
You're good.
I didn't really understand what you.
No, you're good. I know the service is in and out, but you're good. So, Beeb, what do you want everybody to understand just about that are watching this? Like, what do you want them maybe see about racing and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Well, outside of racing, it's pretty like basic, just normal life. But
What's like in racing? How much fun?
but in racing, it's always funner when you're with your friends at the track, racing around the track to win sometimes. And also like when you meet new people that you haven't met before.
All right, let's go with Emma next.
Okay. Oh, Lily or Emma?
Oh, Lily.
I would say something that people wouldn't really know about racing would be that racing, it has like high emotions with it, where like one race you could be all happy and stuff, and then the next one someone can make you feel really bad, and then boom, you just do bad. But I mean, it's just with all high emotions, and it like say you have great attitude, you do great, but if you don't, then
I think what Lily is definitely saying is something that I've always been taught my entire racing career is you are your biggest like competitor on the racetrack, and it's not even who you're racing against.
I didn't know how to say that.
Yeah, but it's like if you are really hard on yourself, or you go out before you even get on that racetrack. The biggest thing I've always learned is you know if you're going to win that race or not, or you know if you're going to do good or not. Because if you have that mentality, oh, I'm not going to do good, oh, I'm not going to do good, then you're not, because you don't have confidence in yourself and your ability. But if you have the mentality where you go out there and you're not going to take anything but as hard as you can go, you're going to win that race or do amazing. And I say, truly, one thing I want everybody to really grasp is that I feel like, especially with Lily and B, that there has been a lot of hardships, and I've heard a lot of things had to gone through, and people tell them things, and they have just strived for greatness. Like, I mean, Lily came out of the ballpark so strong this year from the beginning, like going from night and day. She has just blown everyone away. Same thing with B3. They are I feel like, example of just striving over greatness. I love it.
So I got 2 more questions for each of you. Lily,
Mhm.
so what would you say your biggest outlook? Who do you want to thank for allowing you to be racing?
I want to thank everyone that's helped me this season, like my mom, dad, stepmom, Kurt Britt Motorsports, Emma Britt Motorsports, B3 for like helping me get through. I want to thank my sponsors for like People Check, Simply not Dinamo's, Unique Chocolate, Chisler's Monument, People's Bank.
Hold on. Here,
Oh,
okay.
sorry. But mostly my mom and dad and stepmom for taking me and traveling everywhere for traveling everywhere and allowing me to do all that.
Just to keep asking y'all questions, and I'll come back and answer.
Yeah. So and then what do you what do you where do you see yourself going in racing? I mean, after you're done with Bangalore, if you fight that far ahead, not really.
I'll be honest, I'm not completely sure where I want to go in the future. I want to like hopefully go to like NASCAR or somewhere, but I'm not, the more like I look into it, I'm not entirely sure if I want to go that route or I want to go like a different way.
Awesome. So next will be Emma.
She went to the bathroom really quick.
All right.
So it's just me
So
and you at the moment.
so what do you think you where do you want to go in racing, young man? Where do you see yourself in a couple of years?
In the future, I really want to get to NASCAR. I really want to get to NASCAR because NASCAR has been my thing for like over 8 years. Been watching it since I was 2. And the biggest thing is definitely NASCAR. NASCAR is definitely the thing I've been dreaming to get into.
And you being so young, teams are probably gonna get changed before you get into NASCAR, but looking at all the teams right now, who do you want to represent? Who would be your dream team to race for?
Hmm. Hmm. I don't really know.
That's okay. It's
Not
a
really.
pretty hard question, but I want to have some fun with you and see what you think.
Love it.
So what do you think? Who do you want to race for? Lily?
Oh, I definitely want to race for Napa.
Oh, You saw the Napa hat and get.
Yeah, Napa's also my sponsor too.
Oh, are they? How
Yeah,
cool. How cool. I get chose to wear this hat, not knowing that Napa was your sponsor. How cool is that?
that's really cool.
So, is Emma back yet?
No, she's still in
No,
the back.
sadly.
It's just me and Lily here.
All right.
Hopefully Emma's not gonna be taking too much longer.
But you can just keep asking us those questions.
So, Louie, where do you want to uh race when you get older? Who do you want to race for?
Um, when I get older, I would definitely like want to race on maybe like some super speedways to like get the experience to see what it's like for like all these NASCAR people and like that. But for who I would want to race for, ooh, I'm not overly entirely sure since I'm still like not too sure of where I want to go in the future.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. So, on that note, um, so tell us about why Emma is gone. Tell us about your relationship as teammates. You guys are like teammates. I got all three of you at once.
Okay. So our relationship, oh, sorry.
So what's your relationship like? I mean, how
Our
much are you working together? How much feedback do you give each other?
our relationship is really good to the point where when I didn't have a radio the other day, where me and B3 next to me were sitting here passing back signals while Emma would sit there and spot for him. So then I could understand for what, like, say, like there was caution, so then I could know, or like, hey, it's time to go. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's really good. And then after we got the track, I've asked Emma this multiple times. I asked her today this. I'm like, so how do you think I did today? Or like, what could I work on? She's like, you did really great today, and feel like you could work on this and this and this. I mean, that goes the same for B3. I asked him that too.
How about Emma's personality? She seems like she's just like a sponge. Wants to succeed and everything. Do you guys work together when she's racing? Or is she just supporting you guys because now she's getting too old for Banger Oils?
For at least this weekend, she's sitting here supporting us. But normally, like last year, we were also sitting there racing up against her. So she didn't really have the time to sit there and support us or talk to us or how we did. I mean, she did after the race, but like not like throughout the race, like on a radio, like responded or
Yeah. So I mean so
don't mind people getting in the car.
so tell my viewers a little bit about what you do what you do for fun when you're not racing.
What I do for fun is I like to talk to Emma and B3, but other than that, I love to draw.
Oh, you're a goer.
Mhm.
Awesome. So um so anyway, I think that will conclude all my questions for Full Throttle. Thank you guys for coming on.
You're welcome.
Yep, you're welcome.
Emma's back.
So Emma, real quick before we wrap up here,
He still has he has a few questions for you.
Here. Where's that? Right there. Okay. Yes.
what type of feedback do you give the kids? I mean, do you normally give them feedback, and how well do they listen to you? They
Who?
talked about how much of a role model you are to them while you were gone.
Oh, well, I'll say this. So,
I have to
what was your question again? I heard the ending part. I just didn't hear what your exact question was. I'm sorry. It's so chaotic.
They were talking about how big of a role model you they feel like you are to them as a teammate. Can you explain on what type of feedback you're able to give young kids in racing? Being
So
the
I feel like the best feedback I can give young kids in racing is to truly never give up on your dreams, because I do definitely feel like in this day and age, it is super hard with a lot of people wanting to more bring each other down than bring each other up. And just always remember to just stay strong, and you got this. And that every time you fail is a time that you're learning something to get better. And I think that that mentality is something that I've always went by, is that every time that I spin out or don't do good is a time that I learn something for the next not to do. And that's what I feel like makes you a winner at the end of the day, is the learning and the being okay at failing sometimes. And I think that is something that has caused them to strive so well, is that their determination to always get better. And I'm very glad that they have always stayed that way, and yet so humble when they've won and done great, because they worked so hard for it.
Awesome. Well, that is all the time we have for Full Throttle today. I want to thank you guys for coming on. And that will do it for this edition of Full Throttle. Goodbye, everyone.